Time's Person of the Year is out, and they went with Pope Francis. As other commentators have noted, I mean, it's a fair choice. It's also a safe choice. Time editor Nancy Gibbs about the pick said, quote, "In his 9 months in office, he has placed himself at the very center of the central conversations of our time about wealth and poverty, fairness and justice, transparency, modernity, globalization, the role of women, the nature of marriage, the temptations of power. When he kisses the face of a disfigured man or washes the feet of a Muslim woman, the image resonates far beyond the boundaries of the Catholic Church." That's totally true. It's a good comment there. And again, this is one of those decisions, it's just hard to criticize because it's a totally rational choice. And keep in mind, this is the Pope that said about gays, "Who am I to judge?" which is a sharp break in doctrine when you compare that to previous popes. About unfettered capitalism, he said it's, quote, "a new tyranny." Again, strong words, strong progressive words. Supposedly, he sneaks out of the Vatican at night to go feed and help the homeless. So here we have a guy, he's not only Christian, he's Christ-like. So that's definitely a good thing, and I haven't found many people that are really, vehemently disagreeing with the decision of Time Magazine here. I know there's one article on Think Progress. I think Alyssa Rosenberg is her name. I think she wrote an article where she disagreed with this. But other than that, I haven't really seen much dissent. But I'm going to be slightly controversial here, I guess, and say I wouldn't have picked the Pope. That doesn't mean it's not a good choice. In fact, it is a pretty good choice, but I personally wouldn't have picked him, and it's not because I don't like him. I actually think he's a great dude. But the reason I wouldn't have picked him is, number one, all that stuff that he does is kind of what he's supposed to do. I love how we're giving a Pope credit that he cares about income inequality. Well, Jesus Christ only cared about income inequality. Of course, if you're supposed to be Christian, you should care about that. It's something you should do. So yes, he can get praise and it's good, and we've praised him on this show, but keep things in perspective. He's supposed to do those things. But the other reason is that there were two other options that I think were out of this world good options. So my top three would have been number three, I guess you could say, Pope Francis. I'll give them that. I have him solidly at number 3. And then maybe a tie between the two, but one person might slightly out-edge the other person. Edward Snowden. I mean, come on, man. Edward Snowden, here's a guy who actually stood up for the letter of the law in the Constitution and did something on behalf of the American people, saying, hey guys, these are crimes that your government is committing. Look, violation of the Fourth Amendment, violation of all these different laws. We are going to be specific in the information we release so that we know it's narrow to the point where this is the stuff where they broke the law. So what we have here is a classic whistleblower who's really going to go down as a First Amendment hero. Regardless of what political pundits today might say, trust me, as time goes by, history will look back and judge this guy in the way that he should be judged, like a constitutional hero. So I would have gone with either Edward Snowden, or actually I have to say, he probably comes in second, because the number one person who I think would have out-edged him, you got to go with Malala Yousafzai. I mean, dare I say it's a no-brainer? I mean, look, here's a person, Malala, got shot in the face by the Taliban, okay, because she was trying to spread education and equality of the sexes in basically a fundamentalist region of tribal Afghanistan where that's totally taboo and totally not acceptable. And she's a teenager, a little teenager. So she's standing up for this value system and this set of principles and these beliefs that are so high-minded and so virtuous, and she gets shot in the face by the Taliban. She somehow survives miraculously, and then when everybody's interviewing her, when she finally recovered to the point where she can talk and all these things, she goes, "No, I don't even want revenge. No, it's not about revenge." See, the thing is, they're scared of my ideas. They can't beat me in the realm of ideas, which is why they have to pathetically resort to violence. So I'm cool, man. It's fine. Hey, let them do whatever they want to do. Just know in the long run, I'm going to win this battle, and I'm going to stand up for what's right. And am I scared? No, I'm not scared. I'm not scared of them. If anything, they're scared of me.